You know what's insane?
Huh.
I think this year I'm going to pay off my student loans.
Nice.
Congrats. That's
Thank
incredible.
you. Thank you. I am 37.
Yeah.
So that's how long it took.
That's
Yeah.
about where I think I'll be when I get my
Yeah. But I think it's going to be this year.
God, that's
Nice.
fucking huge.
Isn't that exciting?
It's sad and it's very exciting and it's also very sad.
Yeah.
It's sad, but now you're never going to be in the red again.
Yeah.
Until this podcast goes south.
Listen, let's not go crazy. I will still be in the red.
Yeah. There's always credit cards. Let's not be goofy. We live in Los Angeles.
I own a car.
Yeah.
Or I don't own a car, actually. The bank owns a car.
own it. Yeah.
But I pay.
Yeah, exactly.
This is Premeditated, the podcast investigating society's unwritten laws and the heinous ways they're broken.
True crime, low stakes.
I'm Neil,
I'm Graham.
and this is Premeditated.
Welcome, America. Welcome to Premeditated, a fake crime, true news show. A lot of those words are misplaced.
No.
Here's our guest, Haley O.C. Welcome on the show. We're so happy to have you.
Pleasure. It's a pleasure.
We've known each other a short time, but you are somebody that, I'll spill the beans. We're on a softball team together. But you were somebody that you can instantly tell you're like, this girl's got, you have the funny bone.
Oh, thank you.
And so it's very, you were somebody we really wanted to have on because, and that was even before I knew you actually took comedy seriously. Before that, I just thought you were just a funny gal.
Thanks.
And then I saw your Twitter and I was like, oh shit, she has 300,000 followers. She's famous.
She's famous.
Oh, she knows she's funny. Trouble.
Oh, yeah. Her husband probably hates that.
Oh, God. If only.
If only. If only.
Exactly. I would love to have someone hate my comedy someday,
Yeah. Oh, my
romantically.
God.
That would be really
But they have
nice.
to say they like it.
Yeah.
No, they can tell me they don't. Because, that's the thing. Also, I got my start in stand-up. So I went stand-up, and then I made a comedy web series, and then I just started doing improv last year.
Okay.
And in stand-up, it's just, it's so much about your life that, especially when you're dating people, it becomes about them, whether for better or for worse. So you have to date someone who also has a good sense of humor and who can take it on the chin,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's good because I have very few complaints about my wife, but one of them is that
Good.
Yeah, she's good. She's good. I got a good one.
No, what is the complaint, though?
The complaint is that no.
texting
Don't worry.
her
Don't
right
worry. This will
now.
come back around. You guys can text us. Is when she gives me. She will only give positive notes. It's I'll have a script and she'll just write the only note she'll write on the script is just a dash and then LOL. And I'm okay, but what'd you think of the second act be? What was the spoiler? I'm trying to be critiqued here and she's just can't. She's just you're so funny.
Oh.
Wow,
sweet.
that sucks that your
drag.
wife thinks you're
Yeah.
so funny.
Like I said, one of my few complaints.
She
Boner killer.
sounds toxically
Yeah.
supportive.
She does. Disgusting.
It's brutal.
love.
I know my love languages are complaints, personal
Critiques.
annoyances. Yes.
Yeah.
Haley, how has your social etiquette been this week? Do you think it's been good? We asked this about guesses, but if you could give yourself an Uber rating, a 5-star.
Oh, out of 5. Okay.
Yeah.
I would give myself a 3.5.
And would society give you? Same thing?
A
3.5?
2.5.
Whoa.
Oh, okay, so you're actually holding yourself at a higher level
You're
than everyone else.
Yeah.
That is new.
I'm doing pretty good, but
If you ask anybody else, I'm sort of shit in the bed.
See,
Okay.
that's because they can't consider my circumstances, the outside people. I
Okay.
can consider what I'm going through in the context of how bad my behavior is.
Okay, so where did you lose stars?
yeah, can you give us an example?
I feel like I did a lot of sighing in people's faces this week.
Sighing in people's faces.
Sure.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. So
I was
not being
imagining-
discreet about
No,
the way you
no.
And
dislike
a directed sigh. So it's not you're just
at
everybody's at a meeting and you just kind of you just let one out
No.
but it's somebody asks you a question and you go, no, Jonathan.
No, it was not loose. It was directed. It was at someone.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, was it sigh worthy though? Because I feel sometimes, sighs are worth E.
Yeah. If it's an earned sigh.
Yeah,
You can't.
Yeah, they were being idiots.
Okay.
Absolutely deserved
Boring.
it. But then I'll say, like, on the other end of the spectrum, last night, because I forget social etiquette in the house and in private is different from social etiquette out of the house because I'm very, like, unfiltered in a lot of ways. So, like, last night at our softball game, I yelled at my friend. Not, like, yelled at him, like, but he was socializing, and I asked him to bring a speaker to the game. And I've known him since I was 14, so we're really close. We're, like, siblings.
And she did do in the group chat. She said, Connor, can you bring the speaker to the game?
Yeah.
So Connor was aware of the speaker.
And he was.
Okay.
And he forgot, but he had a whole thing. He walked over to the field. He lost his key in the field. So then he had to go back to get his key. And then he came over to us in the field to say hi. And then he started talking. And then I was with the at the mound.
Yeah, not even in the circle.
Base.
Not even the circle of
I
conversation.
was 20 feet away from where everyone was conversing. And he yelled, Connor, will you go get the speaker from your car? And he just took off into a sprint. Like, he really, it didn't even faze him because we've known each other so long. But I was like, Haley, don't treat him like that in front of other people he's just meeting. Like, don't set that precedent. Like,
because he will be like talked to where it's like, are you okay? She's really mean to you. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like we had like just shaken hands. And I think he was out of breath from the key finding mission. He like came up, he's like, sorry, I'm late, guys. Like he's like, hey, I'm Connor. And then it was like, Connor, get the speaker. And he goes, okay. And then it runs off. And we were like,
he's such a good kid. He really did obey immediately.
Okay. Well, listen, if you're going to be disrespected, at least be obedient. You know?
yes, true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Shoulder the disrespect with grace.
Yeah. And obedience.
Oh, Connor, I hope you don't watch this.
I'm sending it to him.
Oh, God. And then I have one more. This morning I had an email from one of the people I work with, and they had so clearly not read my last email. But in their email to me, they were saying, I'm not sure if you saw my last email talking about their own.
And had you?
The one I'd responded to.
Oh,
everybody's
wow.
seen the emails.
They said, I'm just flagging this in case you didn't see the other email. And so I said, as per my previous email, twice cited my sources and quoted it in an email to someone I've never spoken to face to face.
Wow. Haley,
That is
in the corporate world, that's a dagger in the back.
That's a dagger in the back,
Yep.
a seppuku in the front, blowing their brains out and kicking them in the nuts at the same time.
I mean, as per my email, comma twice.
Yup.
Comma quotations.
And this was like before 10 a.m. I was angry. Like, I just like.
Well, that's when they
rolled out
come
of
is
bed
before
wrong.
10.
Yeah. I wake
This
up
isn't-
angry.
Yeah. Oh,
I don't know. Dude.
Should we start calling each other in the morning?
We should start.
Like, listen, fucker.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I just wake up so angry every day.
Yeah, it's depression. We should work on it.
Depression.
I'm talking to my PCP about it. It's
Okay.
yeah, we gotta work it out.
Okay,
Ooh.
brag. He has a primary care
Yeah,
physician.
exactly.
Look at this.
I actually have been having this fight with my boyfriend that he has friends. So we went on a ski trip and there was like this après party, blah, 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 blah. You know, very fancy. We're in
Quick pause. It's only après when it's in the snow. You notice that? There's no like, you call it an after party. Like if we go to the Oscars, we don't go to the après Oscars. But if we go skiing, we go to the après ski. Fun little observation. Continue.
So fun.
And
Clip that.
I want to post that one.
and so one of my boyfriend's friends was like with us, and he was just like, "Oh, I just ran into my primary care physician here at this, you know, gay ski week thing or whatever." And he's like, "Should I say hi?" And I was just like, "You know, there was so much information in that question that he asked me that I was just like absolutely taken aback, and I was like, I don't think I know anyone with a primary care physician. Now I do.
I do. Money bags.
Money
You
bags.
also know a primary care physician. Well,
Do I?
I guess Tess is specialized, but we.
Tess.
Let's go for a walk. We'll
You
flag
guys
down
have
a
doctors that
primary.
you've been holding out on me? What kind of doctor we got?
I
What we
know.
talking about? Can she look at my moles?
Well, she probably could, but she mostly does.
She mostly just
Behaviors
tell you
of
what they
kids.
look like. Yeah.
Behaviors of kids?
Yeah, like-
So I could get a second therapist is what you're saying.
She calls it occupational therapy. I don't know.
we could probably get you in.
Okay.
We'll get you on the waiting list.
Thank you.
A PCP is like such a status symbol, right? I'm so glad you agree with me because I was just like raked over the coals for saying that because I was just like, oh, that's like a big status symbol to like not only have a PCP, but to recognize them by sight, and they recognize you by sight, and you know them by name. There's like
100%.
so much going on there.
Well,
and you go to the same party.
Yeah. That's
Wow.
insane. That's the proletariat mixing with the bourgeoisie. You know what I
It
mean?
is. I was just like, I need to hide my face. They're going to see that I'm from the Midwest. You know,
Yeah, I admit
it's scary out there.
having a PCP. I mean, guys, that's like level 1 doctor. That's like if you play a sport,
And
what? Okay, brag alert.
yeah, wow.
Like I get if I see my
doctor.
PCP at a party, that's a status. That's a level of status. But like just having it, like when you get an insurance card, I guess I'm showing
An
my privilege here.
insurance card.
Okay. I caught myself in that one. I caught myself. But like to
Make
get
it
one, they
rain.
make you put the PCP on the card. It's like
Yeah.
it's like
But
when you
you
get a
keep next
driver's
to your
license,
American
it's like
Express.
eye color brown, whatever. Like, you know, it comes with the card.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Same with that.
I think you
Plymouth
guys should
Amex.
probably get one. They're pretty easy to get. And it's good to have.
Easy to get.
You know what else is great?
You've
You know,
always
call
had-
your insurance. You say, "Give me one," and they're like, "All right." Then they'll give you the worst one too. So like, you want to go on the website and figure out somebody who's a little.
See, this
more-
is information that like is not shared with normal people. I think.
all right. Well, I'm
But
sure.
you know
well,
what's great? Flying private.
Also can't relate.
Speaking of not relating,
Oh yeah. Speaking of not relating, you got something in that leather briefcase over there
that we haven't seen.
This leather briefcase, this very new,
The dossier?
old, dusted one that I brought. That
Oh
I've had
my-
for years.
Yeah,
My
absolutely.
grandfather gave me this dossier.
Can we keep that for the pod?
No, my grandfather gave it to me. Please,
It's an heirloom.
Exactly. I'm gonna sell it.
Okay, so you've got a case for us.
I sure do.
We're gonna put a pin in this PCP conversation just because we have a podcast. to do,
The
but-
drug?
Huh?
Oh, primary care physician. Continue.
Unbelievable, you guys. Go to the doctor. It's
I
basically
wish I
free.
could.
It's basically
It is
free.
Yeah.
Basically free. Money man.
It's,
We are obviously not.
you're
putting
both
a pin in
employed.
this
I know you guys
conversation.
have insurance.
48 more days, baby.
Okay, fair
till my
enough.
insurance
Yeah.
kicks in. And
Yeah.
before that, I was paying $300 a month to get no coverage.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
should say I've been on my
that's
wife's
normal.
insurance for
I
like
was
4
about to say,
years.
listeners, he has a wife and she works in healthcare. Please do not let him dissuade you. He's a
But
liar.
also,
and a cheat.
please see a doctor.
Yeah.
It can't hurt.
If you
Okay,
can't
it's a
afford
good
it, don't
idea.
go into debt.
Just a wellness check. That's all you say. Oh, other pro tip. Call the doctor, say you need a wellness check. That means it's just they do everything vitals and then that's it. They don't. You're not gonna be like charged extra for like other shit.
Like they check under the hood, they pop it open and make sure the oil's good.
Yeah, I think they do the robe with the open in the back, but no fingers and butts. No,
they
no,
pump your stomach?
no fingers and holes.
I know my doctor won't because I don't have a prostate.
Right on.
I
So,
okay. Yeah, I do, but I don't know that I'm ready to share it.
okay, yeah. don't share it.
Whoa. Okay. All right. Well, would you be willing to share it after we take a look at some improvised evidence?
Would that?
That might convince me.
Okay.
Might
I
persuade
like
me.
the sound of it. All right.
Let me just
Okay.
look in there really quick, make sure it's all still good. Okay, you didn't steal it. We're good.
Okay.
Just
All
making
right.
sure.
Well, should we get into it?
Let's crack open the case.
All right.
Judy, hi. Hello.
Oh, it's so good to see you outside of the office.
I know. You got me in my worky works.
Ooh.
Or my homie homes, I guess.
Yeah, I was about to say those sweatpants aren't up for work.
No, I dress a little more casual for this.
Such a nice place.
Oh, thank you. Do you mind just taking your shoes off?
Oh. Sure.
Yeah, just both of them. That'll
Okay.
look
Wow.
good.
Okay. yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All
on
right.
the other.
Slip these. Oh, untie.
Wow, the foyer is so nice. It's
Oh,
big.
thank
The high
you.
ceilings are so
Yeah.
high.
Yeah.
It came that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't mind the dust on the floor though. It's just I have a lot of pets, so it gets a little hairy in here.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I get
But
that,
hope it unzipped your socks.
I hope not.
Right.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, what'd you guys bring for the potluck?
Oh, I brought mac and cheese. Mac and cheese. And Mackenzie, I know you're lactose intolerant, so I actually used Daya in this, which is a vegan cheese.
That's so nice.
It's a
of you.
vegan
So
cheese.
fancy.
It didn't quite melt. It's just kind of still in the shredded form, but
Yeah.
so it's not my family's recipe. But I know that Mackenzie was coming, so I wanted to be conscious of his veganism.
That was so nice.
I brought brownies, pot brownies, and I had one before I came, and I forgot. I thought they were the normal ones, and I think I grabbed the pot brownies. And I'm realizing now that's not what you probably want to bring to a coworker's house.
Is this okay with you that Mackenzie's high?
My feet are so full of fur.
Yeah, that happens.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm high too. It's okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank God. I thought everyone
Yeah.
was judging
There's a little
me.
pharmacy ball on the table if you want to
Oh
just
my
grab
gosh.
a loose pill.
Yeah.
Whichever one looks good to you.
I want the orange one.
I don't.
Yeah, most of them aren't lethal.
I'm not
Okay, wonderful.
I'm not a drug person.
Oh.
Um,
As
but
long
I'm
as your shoes are off, who cares?
but I'm cool with it. Okay. So
Can I take my socks off too? These socks are full of fur.
Take your socks off. And then your feet are going to be full of fur.
Do you have house shoes?
Did you bring your own?
I didn't. No.
I only have my house shoes. The one I'm
Oh
wearing.
no.
Oh.
I love how many board games you have here. Are we gonna play a board game?
We might.
Settlers of Catan.
No, that's too long. I don't want you guys here that much.
Okay. I thought that you said that I was your favorite coworker though.
Yeah, but like Monopoly length, not Settlers of Catan length.
Monopoly. I don't want to be the narc here because I already said the drug thing, but Monopoly I think is significantly longer than Settlers of Catan.
Well, what game was I playing then?
I don't understand why we're laughing.
Good.
Is it because I'm not high? What's great? Is this a high thing?
Just ignore him.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. I guess you two stoners probably want some of my mac and cheese, huh?
It looks really. It doesn't look good, but I'm really hungry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me
Yeah.
just bring it over to the table. Oh my! I just stepped in. Is there something wet on your floor?
Probably.
It was
Life's wet.
okay.
Life's wet?
But is it?
Life's
is it
wet,
Wait,
baby.
what do you mean life's wet?
I mean, when in doubt, life's wet. You just got to roll with the waves.
Okay.
Okay, but is this wet? Is that probably water though, or is that some sort of spit up from a pet, or
Yeah,
something
you know those
more?
pets I mentioned. It's probably
Where
piss.
are they?
It's probably.
Probably piss.
Okay, I'm going to take this sock off, and we're gonna go barefoot now.
When it's
Yeah,
wet.
I already started on the barefoot thing because it was.
I guess.
revolting.
Yeah.
Well, now your bare foot's gonna touch piss. So
I've got some towels. They're covered in fur.
okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Okay. I'm gonna take a crack at it.
Take a crack. I bet you can get it.
Say crack again.
Making guests take their shoes off. Is that what's in that case file?
Mostly.
Mostly. Do you want to expound upon
Yeah,
it?
you want to elaborate on that?
Is this steak pet owning?
No.
Okay. That was just an added bonus.
Yeah.
Because that
Just to help differentiate.
yeah.
Okay, because I want to get into that,
Uh-huh.
but first I want to see what's in that folder.
I want to see what's in that folder.
This
So
folder?
it's yes,
That folder.
My grandfather's dossier?
Your
Yes,
grandfather's
grandfather's
dossier
dossier.
because
the
you're
very same?
because he investigated the Watergate scandal, right? That's his dossier.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Was he the guy that put tape on the door?
He was the one who set up the recording.
Oh my gosh, you have such a brave grandpa.
Imagine if that was your responsibility in Watergate. Put the tape on the door.
dirty ass shoeless
shoeless
households
households.
clean up or my shoes stay
stay
on. Wow.
It's a very particular stance because
So
Yes.
it's people who say shoes off.
yes,
But their houses are gross.
Dirty.
disgusting.
That's a good distinction to make.
Because I'm happy to take my shoes off when it's clean. I don't mind. I'll slide around.
Okay.
See, okay,
wait, my turn.
what you don't no. I was looking at you because what you don't know is that Neil and I have discussed this before
Oh, on the pod?
about how we feel.
Outside
No,
the pod.
outside the pod,
Beautiful.
or maybe on an unreleased episode. But like but this is, I kind of know how Neil feels about this.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's similar to me because and I'm glad you made that distinction because nothing's grosser than getting your socks dirty. It's like, what are
Oh
we
my God.
even doing here?
Everything
You have to
sticks
throw
to
the
it.
socks away.
Yes.
This is
You gotta burn them.
You have to burn them. If your socks get any sort of pet hair on them, they are toast forever. You can put them in the wash as many times as you want. That pet hair is never coming
Nope.
out. You know, of
It
socks.
weaves
Yeah.
itself
Specific.
into the sock. It's
Yeah.
so crazy.
It's insane. And so like I have adopted, so like much of the world, wants you to take your shoes off and walk around in socks in people's houses with dogs. Much of the world wants to put you in that situation.
Most of the world wants that,
I want to see you fail.
And I have I've found an adaptive behavior. And the adaptive behavior is to buy the same boxed sock from Amazon over and over and over and over again in huge quantities. They are black ankle socks, so they don't say anything.
Yeah.
I love clothes. I love getting dressed up.
Yeah.
My socks are always black ankle socks from Amazon that you can order in packs of 40. And then I just throw all the rest of them away. Because eventually they get gross so fast.
I can't believe you're calling me rich for having a PCP.
It's like
You're
they are
buying
like
socks by the
$1
40s?
a pair.
If that much.
That's
money.
less than a copay.
A copay. You gotta have insurance for that.
Exactly. It's crazy. I'm pulling my hair out. It's like chicken or the egg every time with that shit. Anyways. So don't accelerate the sock destructing process, I would say. In a dirty ass house, my shoes are protecting me. It's like the mask debate almost, you know, where it's like, oh, I'm going to wear a mask either to protect you or to protect me.
Yes.
But that's what shoes are for too.
Yeah.
And your floors are already dirty. So,
Disgusting.
So, yeah.
before I take this too far, Graham.
No, I think you took it an appropriate length. I have such little tolerance for shoes off households that are dirty, especially like dogs. Like I have a dog and 2 cats. Floor's dirty. Like we vacuum once a week and it's clean for about half a day. And like that's it's fine. Like you just roll around in it like a pig in muck. But like I don't get that. But I also, even in a clean house, situation dependent, I feel childish taking off my shoes when I come into the house.
It's infantilizing.
It's infantilizing. It's infantilizing. Great word, Neil.
Anyways, before we get too far into it, I want to hear what spurred this case.
Ooh, okay. I hope my friend doesn't listen to this, but it was one of my friend's houses. And I actually, a while ago, I bought a pair of slippers to keep at her house just so that I could not wear my socks indoors at her place. She knows. She knows she's a pig.
And that's, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she was so happy about it. She was like, great, I'm so happy you're not wearing your outside shoes, because she also has like a little OCD. So she's like, I really don't want your outside shoes in the house. And I'm like, I really don't want your cat's fur on my feet.
That's okay. So I've heard the outside shoes
so
argument.
Beautiful.
Aren't not all garments we wear also outside? Like I obviously shoes touch the ground, and but like I ride the bus. I'm brushing up against stuff that I'm then brushing onto your couch when I sit down. Like, are you gonna make?
Do you really ride the bus, Graham?
Yes, thank you. I ride the bus to my primary care physician.
Gotta save money to pay those big bills.
But yes,
Thank you for checking my that. Yeah.
So your friend, I want to hear more about the exact things in the house though that
it's
caused
also
this.
like dust. It's really just
Okay.
everything. Like, she's a very strict shoes off household, but she does not vacuum enough.
Okay.
And so there's dust and there's dirt and there's cat hair, and I can't have that happening to my feet.
Absolutely.
I've got to
not.
protect them. I've been with them for 30 years now. You know what I mean?
Your feet?
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been
really loyal.
with you through
working.
everything.
They're still going. Look at them go.
Look at these things.
Incredible.
So are we ready to talk about non-dirty households and situations?
Okay. So like,
Because I think
That is a difference.
yeah.
yes.
But
Okay.
it is infantilizing. I understand what you mean.
It is okay. So because it's the act of taking your shoes on and off, especially if there's no bench by the door, where I have to just lean against a wall
Dehumanizing.
and like balance as I slip these off. So then I have to like learn to take like slip on, slip off shoes. If they're lace ups,
and
A lot
imagine
of time pre-planning for this.
and imagine putting them back on.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
like
what a
you're at
horror
the
that's gonna
door
be?
and you're like still trying to say goodbye, and you're like
embarrassing.
hopping on one
Oh
foot,
my
being
God.
like you have to like stomp your foot on the ground to try to get the heel in, and
Yeah.
you're just like, oh yeah, no. So yeah, I think next Tuesday I'll come over. It's just
You have to make up more things to talk about.
yeah, it's like an extra goodbye. It's like, do we need a kiss now?
Yes, on the lips. There's so many problems with forcing people to take your shoes off when you come into the house. I know that there's like a Japanese culture thing to it, right? If I like, so I can respect something that is like totally outside my culture. But like, if you are an American that I know, and I come into your house, let me keep my shoes on.
Yes.
If you come into my house, please, for the love of God, keep your shoes on.
And it's not like we're like tracking muddy footprints. It's regular.
Right. If you've got if it's like
dust and
if it's winter in the Midwest, it's a different story. Then everything's wet.
Yes.
I get it, but like in general, I am a shoes on household. I will wear shoes. I'll put my shoes on in my bedroom and then wander around the house in my shoes,
That's
weird.
I mean, I'm a house slipper person. I would never
me too,
wear my gym shoes around the house, but like I got my slippies that I take off my shoes the moment I walk in the door and transfer to my slips.
Yeah, that's because I pretty much first thing I do when I enter my house is take my shoes off. Interesting.
So we do have those.
But it's like
habits.
others people, but it's like maybe because it's just like I'm home. This is where I want to feel.
Yeah.
For me, it's about comfort.
I was gonna say
because like if you're going over to your friend's house to watch a movie, I want to take my shoes off. I want to get crisscross applesauce on the couch. I want to get comfortable. That makes sense. But if I'm like coming over to your house for a dinner party, and I've worn my best slacks, you think I want to slide around in my socks?
And you're getting a fit off, and now they've taken out a vital part of your outfit.
If there's like a meal involved, imagine going to a meal and taking like everybody's barefoot
and everybody's
during a meal.
Oh, and their feet
socked
out.
toes are just like spread out and under the table.
It seems crazy to me, right? Yeah, that's like imagine everybody's tootsies are out under the table.
No, not the piggies going to the market.
Vicky's going to the market as you're eating the piggy from the market right above it. It's
like an adult like housewarming party where it's not like people are going crazy, but everybody's like standing in small groups throughout the house with like a little plastic cup. And imagine you just have to like sock slide like a risky business up to them and be like, hey, so I noticed that new HRV out front. You guys get a new Honda? Like it just seems fucking ridiculous.
So, that is the most middle class example you could think of.
Someone's got a Honda.
I didn't say what year.
It could have been a 2006.
It's a very reasonable car.
If you guys need a loan, Graham's rich.
This is unbelievable.
You go to the doctor.
You know I grew up in a station wagon. I told you guys that.
That's true. But if you, so like, imagine that you go to a really nice house, like a really rich person with a big mansion, like, okay, he has a PCP, but like, this is like somebody with a private doctor.
Yeah. They've got, what do they call it? Concierge insurance.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Imagine taking your shoes off in that house. I can't imagine it.
Well, here's the thing, you don't. And
you don't.
Because I was a personal assistant for like 2 years.
Oh my God, amazing.
You don't take off your shoes in a mansion.
Can you say who you were a personal assistant for?
3 times a week. No.
You cannot say. Oh my God, that's so cool.
No, it's not because she's cool. It's because she's litigious.
Those are the best kind of person.
That is so cool. You were the person. I love that.
I worked out of a mansion in Bel Air.
Oh, that's incredible.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was one of the most mind-melting moments of my life.
And did any of this person's guests ever take their shoes off?
No. God, no.
Yeah.
But is that a rich person thing? Rich people don't take their shoes off?
No, they don't. I mean, like, she had house slippers for when she was home.
Yeah.
But, like, no one takes your shoes off because the cleaners come 3 to 5 times a week.
Yeah.
So if you're getting your house cleaned 3 to 5 times a week, the floors aren't dirty, period.
Also, if you're always in your shoes, you don't need to worry about your floors being dirty. They're just the same as being outside.
Exactly. And the shoes
Which is, I think, what people who want to take their shoes off want to avoid. Is that inside is different from outside.
Yeah.
To argue the other side of the coin here.
I will say that on furniture, right? If I'm putting my feet up on the couch, I'm taking my shoes off. So if I need to find my shoes in a house that I live in by myself, the first place I check is in front of the couch because that's where all my shoes live.
Because you click them off right when you get on
the couch. Because I click them off when I get on the couch. And then if I'm like, where did I put those shoes? That's the place that I'll go check. Because,
That is true. That now that you say that did jog a moment for me where maybe this is my line, but like we have like when friends come over, shoes on, whatever you're comfortable with. But we have like a couch with like an ottoman that's also like the same texture, like it's a felted couch. And I had a friend come over and he keeps his shoes on and then immediately puts his feet up like this
on the
ottoman. And I immediately was like, hey, Dylan, like
Yes.
Take them off or get off.
Dachshund.
But this to me
Dylan,
does
take
not
your shoes
bother
off the ottoman.
Yes.
Like the wood coffee table, this bothers me a lot less.
Because it's not a fabric. It's not.
It's not a
absorbing
fabric. Yeah.
dirt.
But it's like a fabric.
You can wipe it off.
A fabric piece of furniture. I would never put my feet up on there with shoes on. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
But so like, I guess carpets are just ground fabric.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, that's a choice in and of itself.
That's true. I didn't ask you to put a carpet.
Yeah, mate. Fuck. Am I coming around to shoes off? I guess. Because like I don't like shoes on ottoman on carpet.
Yeah, shoes on ottoman is bad. I will agree
And
with you
honestly, even shoes. I don't know. I don't feel anything about doing this to your coffee table.
there. Right.
But I feel like if I were in one of my morning moods and a friend came over and put his shoes up on my coffee table, which is like where I put, then I would be like, hey man, like, don't.
Yeah. I think when it's wood furniture, it's like a little up in the air. I don't mind having shoes on in the house. I don't mind other people having shoes on in the house. Furniture is a different story because that you may be eating off of it, and furniture you may be eating off of, and then like any like resting space. I'm not going to wear my shoes in bed.
No.
You know.
That's sick.
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's more of a comfort thing than a disgust thing for me. I don't feel that disgusted by it.
Speaking of comfort or disgust, I also feel like that dictates whether I take off my shoes when I'm inside someone's house. You know what I mean? Like if you're really comfortable at someone's house, even if they don't, like as you take your shoes off, you're still going to take them off. Because you're like, the piggies are safe.
Yeah.
But
if you're like watching a movie on a bunch of bean bags and like there's a bowl of popcorn and you're very like, okay, everybody's getting comfy, then
exactly.
yes.
But like if you're at someone's house and you're like a little nervous about it, like maybe it's the first time you're there, you Zillowed it beforehand to find the bathroom and you're like anxious.
Wait. Let's back up 1 second. You go to houses knowing where the bathroom is because you Zillowed it?
My friend taught me that a few years ago, and she's like 5 years younger than me, so she's so fucking smart. But yeah, she told me that when she would go to house parties, she would Zillow the house beforehand, so she knew where to find the bathroom without asking anyone, and she knew the layout of the house.
But not all Zillows have layouts.
Not all of
them. She's a sleuth, and that's pretty good.
Wait.
That seems like she just wanted to know how much they paid for the house.
I mean, that is well, I'm
determined
sure.
Yeah.
That's insane to me.
Yes.
That is incredible. I can't tell if it's like evil genius or like, okay.
Yeah, it's either evil genius or like
incredibly
you should probably
avoidant.
call him a little
Like
more.
a 5150
Like, to reach out.
Yeah, make sure she's good. But it's a good idea. As someone who loves to take a piss during a party, I gotta know where the bathroom is because I'm not.
You can usually either stumble upon it or ask someone, right?
But like, what about when you do go to like a rich person's house, which does happen to us in LA, even if you are poor?
Yeah,
I know one.
Yes, we all know at least one rich person. in this room, we both know one. But sometimes there's a lot of doors, and like I'll tell you this. This isn't a good thing about me, but if the first door is locked, I'm not going to try the second. You know what I mean? Like, I get discouraged easily when I'm in new environments. So I'm like, if that's not the door, I'm embarrassed. I'm turning around. I look like a fool, and everyone's laughing.
So you just won't go?
Yeah.
I'll
go outside. I'm from the Midwest.
You're going to go pee outside?
Yeah. I miss
At a
it
rich
sometimes.
person's house.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to look for the bathroom.
No, I miss it. Unless there's a bidet in there, I don't care. You know what I mean? Nothing that nature can't do for me in the grass connecting.
I
Toilet paper.
love your confidence.
Privacy. There's a few things nature can't do, but you know, I'll let you have
There's a few things nature can't do. That's fine. No toilet paper, but you can always drip dry. Takes a little longer than it does for men.
I mean, hey, I say this as your friend. I think you got to try the second door. you gotta just.
I think I'm reliving my youth.
I mean, sure, you get to 3 doors and maybe then stop, like, because you don't want to, like, because I feel like if I tried 3 doors that were all locked, I would be like, okay, what's going on in this house?
Yeah, I would be leaving the house.
Yeah, they're doing sex crimes.
Yeah, there's
you're allowed
at best.
Okay, so before we even get into like judging the thing at hand, let's judge another question. How many doors is it appropriate to have locked in your house?
Ooh.
At once.
Okay,
I've thought about this. Yes, I like this a lot.
Because if you hit 3 locked doors, I'm getting the hell out of that.
I don't think I have a single locked door in my house.
I don't either, but I think 1 is okay.
How many doors does everyone have? I mean, Grant's probably got 20,
50,
I assume. You know, I have 5.
5 doors, okay.
Yeah. I don't think I can lock any of them, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, I
I don't think any of my
The bathroom door
doors lock.
locks.
Of course.
assume
But,
you
like,
have
I-
a big house.
Sire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bragging. His bathroom door has a lock on
Money
it.
bags.
Oh yeah, I guess bathrooms. Duh.
Bathrooms. Like,
I was thinking like, is it like locking your bedroom ever?
bedroom door. My
From the
bedroom doors I
outside.
keep open. They don't even close. They're just always open. But
Yeah.
we have pets. So they just come in and out.
Yeah.
But
I guess pets. But I think it's weird to have locked doors in your house when you
I
have
think so
people
too.
there.
'Cause
Or, like,
people
cabinets?
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
guns.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be guns. I guess for kids, make it a little different. You don't want kids
don't
getting
even
into
have a
certain
gun.
places.
Like, yeah, I think locked. What would you
Okay,
even
this-
lock in your house? Your home office, like to keep, like if you're a judge or a lawyer and have like documents in there.
Okay, wait.
guess.
One of my friends' house sat for a guy who like she's like a production assistant. And she works on a lot of big shows, and so she was house sitting for one of the directors, and he had his room locked, one of his rooms, and it was the room full of Emmys. And so
Listen,
that's worth locking up.
that's worth
especially
locking
if you're
up, I
leaving for
guess.
a week to go to Cabo. You know what I mean?
Vanity
Yeah.
cabinet. Yeah.
Okay, so that's not even the topic at hand, but I just like wanted to know what everyone thought.
You know, I like it. It was a very good question.
Thank you.
We all learned a lot about each other.
Yeah, more than one. I think is you got. I would have questions.
You got secrets.
Absolutely.
Even one, I'd have questions. I'd be like, "Hey, what's behind that door?
So true.
what's
I
going on?"
would want to be back there so bad.
Yeah.
Just to know.
Nothing makes you want to be in a room like it being locked. You know? Lock-
Oh my god, that is so my dating style.
What's wrong with? What are you keeping from me?
I love a closed door.
Yeah. Wow, you slammed it in my face.
Let me get out my little pick set. Unlock this puppy.
So, okay, shoes on in the house. Your house is dirty. Obviously, never make me take my shoes off.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
If there's even
Okay.
a smattering of dust, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your house is clean. Also, don't make me take my shoes off. That's my judgment. on
I'm
that.
with you. I like it to be more of a request. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like people who are like, take your shoes off. It's like, whoa, are you the police? What are
Yeah.
we doing here? Like, why are you bossing me
Am I
around?
under
I thought I
arrest?
was invited over.
Yeah.
But when it's like, do you mind taking your shoes off? Because, you know, we're Midwesterners. I
Yeah.
really appreciate manners. Like, a please and a thank you go a really long way for me. Someone using their turn signal, I'll let them into my lane. Someone not using their turn signal, I'll hit their fucking car, bro.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Okay.
so it's like if someone asks me nicely and it's like, hey, like I just cleaned. Will you mind taking off
Okay.
your shoes? Absolutely. I don't want to dirty up this house you just cleaned. You spent time doing that. But if someone's like, take your shoes off, I'm like, oh, you think you're my father? Should we fight?
So if the shoe, okay, so I'll set some ground rules. The
Yeah.
request has to be a "Do you mind" or "May you."
Polite.
Polite. Which I feel like even "Do you mind?" That's one of those phrases where like it sounds a little bit rude still.
Yeah.
It's like "Do you mind?" I don't know.
Do you
Whatever.
mind?
Do you mind?
Yeah, I know what you
Do you
mean.
mind? So it has to be a request, and cleanliness has to be apparent.
Yes.
So if you walk into my house and there's a shoe rack, but none of the shoes are actually racked, they're just kind of like scattered, and maybe like you can see some dinginess on the rug. You're like,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
do you question
I'm
them?
gonna have to decline.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I don't mind lying, so I'll just be like, oh yeah, I got something really weird going on with my feet right now. Like,
So you're doing a service to them.
shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Like
that
you-
Midwestern politeness. I don't like to cause a ruckus.
That Midwestern
so I'm
lie.
just like, let me exactly. We love white lies in the Midwest. We're full of them. But
It's
yeah,
called snow.
exactly.
White lies. It looks comfy and then it's very cold.
It does.
It's lying to you.
Yeah, and then you like lull into death slowly.
Okay.
That's
So
that's a good slogan for like a climate change denier.
You lull into
White
death.
lies from the sky.
Yes.
you know me, compassionate conservative. But the case literally calls out the dirty house.
Yes. Correct.
So I think we have to assume that
Stick with the dirty house. Okay.
we need to decide how to punish someone who says, "Can you take your shoes off?" in their dirty house.
Yeah.
If someone does that,
If someone's not Swiffering,
yeah, it's a no Swiffer household. Even if they're successful, they make me
Yeah.
take my shoes off. I spend some time there. I leave. How does the government step in? How does law enforcement step in to punish this person once they're
Okay.
found guilty?
here's what I was thinking. So this person who has a dirty house but doesn't want shoes on in their space feels some disjointed type of way about cleanliness.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, the bottoms soles of sneakers have are wrong to them in some way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if they make you take your shoes off and they have a dirty house, you get to put your just bare ass on their floor, just like a brief press. Because in reality, obviously there's a stigma about bare asses and assholes, but in reality, most people's butts are probably cleaner than the bottom of their shoes.
I wouldn't want to get my butt dirty.
Exactly.
In their gross house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, but we're enforcing law, Neil. So
I know.
I think you'd have to make an exception.
Do we treat our law enforcement this cruelly? The thin blue line.
Is this what we're trying to define?
I've got to say, I'm not huge on that
That's fine.
particular punishment.
I was just thinking of like something that not as dirty, but like that they would probably think that person with a dirty house who makes you take your shoes off would think is dirtier, just to like really
psychologically engender dirt.
Yeah, I'm going for a psychological punishment here, I think.
Okay.
Just because I think most of the actual case is psychological. It's like it's not that much dirty than the rest. The shoes aren't that much dirty than the rest of your house.
That's true.
Or the rest of my body.
I think if they make me take my shoes off in their dirty house, they have to clean my house.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Right?
But
I think that the
they're
government
obviously
should
not
step
good
in.
at cleaning their house, so why,
Well, we put a bright vest on them and give them, like they're cleaning up the side of the road. Yeah.
One of the sticks
But they
with
have to come to
stabbers.
my house and clean it up because they broke that law.
So mine's pretty close to yours, but mine's a little bit more biblical.
Okay.
Which is that if you're going to make me take off my shoes in your house, then upon I leave your house, you're going to wash my fucking feet just like Jesus did.
Oh my God.
Wow.
It's Christ-like. It's
Put me
compassionate.
up on the motherfucking cross, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. I would crucify you any day of the week.
Thank you. That means
You're
a lot.
so
That's
welcome.
That is a very good
I love
rule,
that.
Haley.
I think
That's
that
good.
is it.
Yes, I think that's it. Because it honestly combines a little bit of both of ours.
It's true. It's psychological warfare.
Because it's like
and
asking clean, but it
and
has to be like, all right, if this is your law, then clean my feet.
Absolutely. I think this is case closed.
I think this case closed.
Say, Haley, do you have anything you want to plug before we close this case?
Do you have anything you want to plug, Haley?
Liking things?
Uh-huh.
I would love to plug my Twitter. That's MILFweed with 3 E's. That
3 E's?
What Snoop Dogg called Nancy Botman in the Showtime show Weeds. I do not have any children, nor am I married. Single. And I would also love to plug my web series, Brunch, a comedy web series, on YouTube.
Well,
You can watch me there.
that's wonderful. Case closed?
Case
closed.
closed.
This is Premeditated.